up here? Okay, good.
All set?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular Board of Education meeting of 6/10/25. John, Anthony, all those in favor? Okay, that's everyone. Okay, Dr. Farrelly.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Had enough for you out there? Well, it's definitely summer. We kicked over. So thank you for joining us tonight on this steamy day. Earlier today, Mr. Hanley hosted, on behalf of the Board of Education and Admin team, a recognition ceremony for our retirees for this school year. Again, on behalf of our board, on behalf of our administration team and our students, we wish all of our retirees a happy and healthy retirement. A huge thank you to Mr. Hanley, Ms. Bruckner, and his team, right, for coordinating all the details of this annual retirement program celebration. Just a little bit of a follow-up, right? During our June 10th Board of Education meeting, a resident expressed concerns with regards to people gathering in the junior high school track by the benches, right, by the old press box. So as we know, right, residents in our community, they do use a field, do use a track right after hours. We also do have outside teams that reach out to our facilities department and rent out our facilities, right, in our grounds, and then pay the district accordingly, right, in accordance with our facilities use policy, right. So we know that those pieces, occur and are approved to happen. We currently do have a club team, right, that is authorized to be there in the weekends, Saturday and Sundays. And again, they pay in accordance with our facilities use policy and pay for our custodians to clean the area, right? All of those requirements are occurring. However, there were a couple of, concerns that were raised that as a team and in speaking with our buildings and grounds department, Mr. Panarella was part of this, conversation and email thread, and Mr. Logidis. We have made some changes, right? We had some district benches that were there, right, because our team was using them. So what we've done is we've removed those benches, and those will be placed back when the season begins, right? So that has already occurred. The gates, right, back there, they are going to be locked at sundown. We previously did have those locks, but then there were some situations with people kind of jumping and getting hurt, right? We are going to close those again, and again, hopefully no one is doing that, and certainly not doing that at any time, right, during the approved hours or after sundown. We also have place porta potties, right, in that area. So again, as our community members use that area, there'll be porta potties that will be available to use and access in that area. The track and field equipment, right, that was there, has been removed. So those are some of the pieces that we have done. We have asked for just some additional questions, some specific questions to try and see if there's anything else that can be done. Just for point of reference, again, we don't have, 24-hour, in the absence of a school event or something along those lines happening, we don't have 24-hour security, right, coverage throughout all grounds. But if there is a specific group or a specific timing or something that's happening, we want to know about that, and we do appreciate that feedback has happened so that we can make some changes there. And if necessary, if there are some concerns with regards to the groups that are utilizing the fields and are paying, we can address those, concerns with the groups as well. So I just wanted to, I know I had previously shared something with the board, but just bring it back since it was brought up, during a board meeting. Do we have any questions on that okay. All right, so moving on. It is with great pride that we close out the last board meeting of the school year, team. By the way, we have another one next week, right? We just jump right into it, right? The start of the school year, July 1st reorg meeting is coming right up. So our last board meeting of the school year, we are closing it up by recognizing special members of our student body. Today, we acknowledge an author in our school district, as well as an extraordinary group of students who have reached the pinnacle of high school athletics by qualifying for state-level competition. So I just want to make sure that we have, okay, there we go. Yes, okay. It brings me great pride to introduce Miss Rosenberger. Where is she? Hi. Along with Mr. Rosenberger, I will share. I purchased some books, a special book, because to present to the Board of Education and Central Administration team here tonight. And I have asked our author to please join us to sign our copy of our book, right? So before she does, I'm going to present again our one of our student superstars to share a summary, a snippet of her book, and whatever else she would like to share with our Board of Education. We're so happy and so excited and so proud of you. So take it away.
My name is Angie Rosenberger, and I am the co-author of Judicious Duty and Magistrative Maryland. In the case of my dog ate my homework. Students spend many hours away from their parents, and this book helps to teach them how to be a self-advocate. The book teaches young readers about fairness, respectfully speaking to adults, and how to stand up for themselves and others. This book helps students develop critical thinking skills, teaches how to help use evidence to support their claims, and help students develop courage if they are not ready to speak for themselves. I hope this book series will give children the courage to speak out respectfully, use evidence to support their beliefs, and build confidence. I want to thank Dr. Farrelly, the Board of Education, and the Curriculum Committee for allowing our book to be placed in the elementary school libraries across the district. We hope that it will help students understand their voice matters, and they should never be afraid to use it.
So do we have any questions for, I know co-author, I know Mr. Rosenberg. Do we have any questions for our authors about the book or about the process or anything?
That's a great idea. I came up with the idea.
So what prompted you? Like, very cool, very cool. Beautiful, I love them. I want to take a picture, of course. Oh wait, do we have your signature in here already?
No.
Oh, we have to do that. We definitely have to do that. So I'm going to set you up in the back, and we're going to take some pictures of you while you're signing our book.
How'd you get the pictures, like the illustrations?
Yeah, my dad made them.
Oh,
You made them? Very cool.
Well, I hired some.
Hire someone. Got it, got it.
It looks
Similar.
like- it's like claymation.
No. The illustrations were outsourced. And also, after we had drafted the initial copy of the book, we hired a professional editor that used to work for Random House that, edited everything, so we didn't have anything to worry about. But the one thing that I learned from the whole process of doing the book with Angie is that students can become self-publishers nowadays, and I think it's a really good, I know that in Angie's class this year, they actually did do children's books, which was so interesting, that it had happened in conjunction with the fact that we had written this. But yeah, there's definitely a possibility for like a book club to form, and it really is quite easy to, follow up and get the illustrations done for a reasonable price. And, I think that's definitely something that can be done like within the district, to promote the idea of becoming a publisher, becoming published and a young author. I think it's definitely something that's possible.
Yes.
How long did it take to write it the way you wanted it, and then how long did it take to get to that point?
I'd say the whole process took about 6 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it can happen within a school year.
It can. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially if it's, it could even be done. It doesn't need to be like a full-time thing. It could be like an extracurricular activity. So also want to thank Dr. Farrelly for purchasing 15 copies of the book.
Had to.
100% of the proceeds will go to our not-for-profit organization, West Babylon Cares, which helps the community with various things over the course of the school year.
Wrap you up so that you can comfortably sign and autograph our books. And we do have, you remember the Flynn family, right? Remember we had a book signing with the Flynn family a number of years ago. It's back. Bring your pen. And we're going to set you up to sign with the WB background. And Jay will take some pictures, and I'll continue with the program, and then I'll come back to you. Okay? Some good books, some good picks. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so while our author signs, and yes, Mr. Rosenberger, you can sign too. Let's see, where are we here? Okay, so our next group of extraordinary students, I'm going to ask if Bob, you can join me up at the mic, are our student athletes who qualified for state level competition, right? In track and field, gymnastics, independent swimming, and wrestling. To reach this level requires way more than talent, right? Much more than talent. Relentless dedication. Early mornings, late nights, unwavering work ethic, the ability to push through setbacks, injuries, and pressure, tons of pressure, right? Requires the support of families who are here with you today, and those that are not, right? Teammates, coaches, your teachers, your administrators, all of whom, right, are part of this journey. Each of you have shown us what it means to be all in, right? To not just set goals, work tirelessly to achieve them, right? Not only have you excelled in your sport, but you've done so while maintaining your responsibilities in class as well. So I'm going to turn it over to our fearless leader to help guide and acknowledge our state championship attendees. So take it away, please.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to all of our community members that are here with us tonight as we recognize some of our amazing student athletes. On behalf of our entire district, I'd like to offer a special welcome to all of our student athletes and their families, as well as the members of the Board of Education, Central Office administrators, and high school administrators who are with us this evening. Tonight is a great night for us, for the athletic community. We have an opportunity to share a moment with some of the best, not only in the West Babylon community, but also throughout New York State. 11 athletes have represented themselves and their families and their communities proudly, not only within the borders of Suffolk County, but a state and national level throughout the season. While I will briefly highlight some of their athletic achievements, I'd be remiss if I did not speak of their dedication to their sport and the positive impact they've had on their teams and communities. I'd also like to acknowledge the challenges that they have overcome and the valuable lessons that they have learned through athletics. These lessons and attributes should inspire them to continue striving for excellence in all aspects of their lives for years to come. One of the perks that I have in the position of being an athletic administrator is that I get to see excellence on a daily level. I get to walk the fields, I get to walk the gyms. Some of the student athletes don't even know who I am yet. They haven't been here as long as they've been in high school. But I get to see them in the pool and on the gymnastics mats, so all the different arenas that they compete. And it's a special thing to see how these kids excel and the time and commitment they put in. And it's recognized by a lot of people that you don't always know that are watching. I'd also like to recognize their coaches who contributed to their success. Some are here tonight, some are not. Coach Allison Rabin from our gymnastics team, Coach Brendan Dent for our men's wrestling team, Coach Amber Atkins, who's our women's wrestling coach, and our fearless track and field men's coaches, Coach Frank King and Coach Rob Dahl, who are in the audience tonight. So thank you guys for being here. I apologize. I know some of our athletes aren't able to be here tonight. They responded they could, then last minute things came up. Some had to work, some had a previous engagement. So we apologize to them, but as we do introduce them tonight, I'm still going to give them their due and just acknowledge what they did and what they compete. For our athletes, once I call you up, we have athletes here that can run, jump, flip, swim, tumble, and take people down all across the state. So we have a lot of
Take 'em down.
we have a lot of skill work that's in this room. So if anybody was going to have an impression that they wanted to cause trouble at the board meeting, this is not the one to be at. So save that for another one. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to call our student athletes up. If they can come, all the student athletes that be here tonight, come on up, and then we will recognize one by one. But if all you guys can come up individually and stand, I guess, right in front here.
Yes, please.
Stand right there so you can face everybody, I guess. Okay, I will ad-lib a little bit, but I pretty much will stick to the script. Our gymnastics, we have three gymnasts that competed and earned all-county honors in November. They qualified for the New York State meet in lovely Buffalo this March. And these three gymnasts are the backbone of the program and an integral part of the team's success. They've been keys to where we had such a remarkable program that, I think we're at the middle school level, we even have more kids starting to come up, so it's going to continue to build. Leah Cutchins was all Section 11 and an alternate for the floor exercise in the Section 11 state team, and she'll be back with us again next year. Lindsay Cutchins, who's not here today, finished second in the all-around at the Section 11 meet and finished 7th on the floor exercise and the vault at the New York State Championships in Buffalo. Lindsay Cutchins. She can give it to her sister, so her sister will take it too.
Oh, yeah.
Olivia Stewart. Olivia was all Section 11 and finished 15th on the vault, 14th on the beam, and 12th on the floor exercise at the New York State Championships in Buffalo. Olivia Stewart. Probably one of the unsung heroes that are up here is because we have an athlete who's in a unique situation who is actually a swimmer with West Babylon, doesn't have a pool. So he competes as an individual competitor throughout Suffolk County, and he represents him and his two brothers who are independent swimmers on our male team, and their competitions are kind of isolated because they're in pools where other teams aren't. They're all individual competitors until they get to the county meet, and we are happy to have that Owen. I always say this wrong. I shouldn't say this. Zakowski, and I apologize, but he deserves his credit. So. Owen placed third in the 100-meter backstroke event at the boys swimming Section 11 County Championships at Stony Brook University in February. Owen then represented West Babylon again at the state championships at Ithaca College in March and finished in 12th place in the 100 backstroke with a time of 51.88 seconds. Owen, congratulations. Our next two athletes who are our wrestlers are kind of near and dear to me since I sit on the New York State Wrestling Committee for a long time. Our men's wrestling, James Dausch. James, congratulations. James had a fantastic senior season, finished with a record of 42 wins and 4 losses, finished in second in Section 11 in Suffolk County and qualifying for the New York State meet in Albany. James was 2-2 at the state meet and falling just short of all-state status in the blood round. He was the League 4 champion at 170 pounds, and he was the first league champion at West Babylon since 2019. In addition to that, he was West Babylon's first Suffolk County finalist since 2013 in the last 12 years. Congratulations, James Dausch.
James, here we go.
Our women's wrestling team is represented by one West Babylon student athlete, Brooklyn Murray. Brooklyn. Brooklyn has set many firsts at West Babylon. She's the first female wrestler to represent West Babylon in New York State sanctioned events. She's competed along with the Bayshore combined team. They compete out of Bayshore. And she finished the season with a record of 34 wins and 5 losses. Her accolades included 3 individual invitational championships, second place in the prestigious Eastern States Championship. She was the Section 11 champion and was voted the most outstanding wrestler in Section 11 at the tournament and finished at the New York State Championships in 4th place. Congratulations, Brooklyn. And I know Brooklyn in 15 days will compete in Fargo, North Dakota at the National Championship, so we wish her the best of luck. Our track athletes who are have done some of the best things in the history of our track program, and I know their coaches here tonight are extremely proud because I get Coach King's write-ups, and I think Coach King's it takes them longer to finish the race than he does to write it up. So they're done before he even finishes. So I'm going to go a little bit about each one just to kind of give a little bit of background of where they were in winter track. Caden Muhammad in the triple jump. Caden was All Federation number 2, All State. Number 2 in the state, all Long Island 1, county champion, and a silver medalist at the New York State Championships, and a New Balance national qualifier. We'll come back to him in the spring also. Our 4x2 meter relay of Quinn Daly, Justin Velasquez, Caden Muhammad, and Josiah Price were all Long Island, all county. They finished 7th in the state in the New York State Championships. They were a New Balance national qualifier and finished number 3 in the New York State Federation Championships. Congratulations to those guys. As those gentlemen also compete as in the spring tournament, we'll go back to Caden. He was number 3 in the All Federation meet, number 2 in All State, number 1 in Long Island, county champion, silver medalist at New York State Championships again, and a New Balance national qualifier. Congratulations, Caden. Josiah Price, who set a school record of 47.56 and is number 4 in New York State. He was 4th in the Federation, 2nd in the state, number 1 in Long Island, the county championship, silver medalist at the New York State Championships, and a New Balance national qualifier in the 4x100 and set the standard for the 400 meters. Josiah Price. Jerice Matthews, who did discus and shot put, Jerice was fifth in the state, second on Long Island, and the county runner-up in the shot put. He was the fifth at the final New York State Championships, and is also a New Balance national qualifier who's reached the standard in the discus. Jerice Matthews. And our 4x100 relay again, who is something to watch, is it's Quinn, Caden, Justin, and Josiah. They were number 1 in Long Island again, number 6 in the state, and they were 5th in the Federation New York State Championships, and again reached the standard as a New Balance national qualifier. And that's outstanding times and outstanding effort. So congratulations to our track athletes, to our gymnasts, our swimmer, and our wrestlers. So you guys are the best of the best. It's an honor to have you guys honored tonight. And thank you for being part of West Babylon Athletics.
So we're going to do a group picture, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Anybody didn't pick them up? You got yours?
All
You wanna get
right,
together?
big round of applause again. And soon to be national. By the way, every time I see Baser, I want to cross it out. Like, it's West Babylon. Yes, definitely.
Okay, coaches?
Coach was just thinking about that. Mr. Gang, definitely. Yes, yes. Definitely a round of applause for our coaches. Well done, team. Keep it going.
I think they can go right there. They can tell them they can go. They're like, do we have to stay the whole thing? I'm like, no.
And our athletic director said that you must stay here for the entire board meeting. No, I'm just kidding. You can all go. You can definitely all go. Well done, everyone. All right. So is our special author done with the book signing?
Good night.
Good night.
No, I'm going. If my nose is gonna start running soon, but then you can adjust it. You should, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is your sister going to write a book?
Love it. Thank you very much. I'm so excited.
My dog just ate Dan's potatoes, and that was fun.
Oh, Jesus.
I love this.
Well done. Well done.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
Great.
I know. Yes. Enjoy.
It even has a barcode. That's it.
Yes. Okay, let's see, where are we on the agenda? Okay, and then my last piece is I would like to, as we close out the school year, take a moment to thank our Board of Education, our administration team, our teachers, our buildings and grounds department, security, every employee in the district, right? Our families, our community. This has been a difficult year, right? It certainly has been a challenging year with so much to do, and I'm just kind of going with it, nothing written. We have navigated new waters, right? We've navigated a lot of different heavy emotional situations throughout the school year, right? As a community, we've had, unfortunately, loss of students, right? We've had challenges from a school district budget, and those, of course, do not compare. They're on opposite planets, right? They are heavy in different ways. They've affected our families in different ways. We have navigated through a consolidation plan, right? We are still in that process now. We have many of our teachers that have been in the same building for so many years, right, and are going through those emotions, right, of changing to a new building. We have students that have been, that are going to a new elementary school, right? So a lot of changes, a lot of challenges, a lot of bumps, definitely, right? High emotions. However, as a community, we continue to find a way through it, right? And again, definitely with bumps, definitely with some bruises. We are in no way, shape, or form, right, a perfect admin team, a perfect superintendent, a perfect teacher, a perfect para, a perfect principal, a perfect blank, right, a perfect board, right, all of the above, a perfect parent, a perfect community, right, all those pieces. However, we do reflect, right? That's what's important, right? Is that we reflect and that we always maintain our focus on what's on our children, right? And making decisions as a district, right, for our children. So I truly, genuinely cannot, thank you enough. Thank everyone, right? All of our employees for pulling through, for working together, for supporting one another. To move our district forward, right? To continue to move our district forward through the challenges, right? And as a team, establishing goals, establishing not just what we want, what we need, and what we can afford, right? All of that together is very difficult to do. I am truly honored to close out this school year and to open up a new one, right? Again, focused on our goals, focused on our priorities, right? Focused on that shared communication and that strategic planning, right, of first and foremost communicating, ensuring that we all are moving our ship together, right? That's the only way to continue to move forward. So I do appreciate everyone's time, everyone's effort, everyone's hard work, and everyone's dedication as we close out this year and we begin the next one. 25, 26, here we go. So that's the end of my statements there. Thank you, Mr. P.
Okay, statement of residents on agenda items only. Residents wishing to share a statement. State. At a public board meeting, residents will be given up to 3 minutes to share their statement. The statement of residents is scheduled for a total of 15 minutes. No? None at this time? Anyone? No? Good. Okay. Okay. I need a motion to remove from the consent agenda items 6N and 8B. John, Anthony, all those in favor? Okay. Need a motion to approve the consent agenda as revised. Steve, Patty, all those in favor? I added the as revised in there. There's no legal complication. It was smooth. Okay. Policy review. I need a motion to waive the first time reading and move policy 5300 to second time adoption.
Page 11 of the Code of Conduct?
Yep.
Okay.
11,
Let's pull it up.
and then G. It's minor stuff.
Thank you. All right. I'm assuming that the develop instructional programs that address mixed instructional techniques and meet student needs, is that just to make sure that we're meeting different IEPs and 504, like just so that every student is.
I want to pull it up in front of me so I can have
Yeah,
that whole
yeah.
section.
Yep.
But do you have it in front of you, Mr. Payne?
Yeah, it
Yes,
was
okay.
designed to replace that what was existing was work to create instructional programs that minimize problems of misconduct and are sensitive to student and teachers' needs. And it was really, the committee's discussion was really about talking about instructional techniques to do that as opposed to just generally address those problems. It was really a modification of that part that was struck out. And it wasn't necessarily designed to be a completely new idea by itself.
I think I'm just making sure she's pulling it up. That's all.
Almost there. Did I pass it? Pass it. Page 11, you said, right?
Yep. I just didn't really understand what it was referring to, but now, I mean, I understand it a bit more. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure I was getting it correct. Okay. And the other thing is super minor. Section 16, number 3B, super minor. Instead of platers, it's players.
You sure? I mean,
I mean, they were just here, a
Yes.
bunch of
Yes.
platers. I don't know.
all right. You got that, Mr. Payne? All good. I got it. Thank you.
That was all.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Okay, so the one change would be that word?
Yes.
Okay, so we need a motion to waive the first time reading and move policy 5300 to second time adoption as revised. Frank, Kirsten, all those in favor? Okay.
Frank, citrate tape.
Okay, old business? New business? Okay, at this time, statement of residents. Residents wishing to share a statement, please come to the podium, state their name, their address, and any organization they may be representing. Residents will also write their name and address on the index card provided and present it to the Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations prior to giving their statement. Matters relating to individual students or employees cannot be discussed at a public board meeting. Residents will be given up to 3 minutes to speak. Statement of residents are scheduled for a total of 15 minutes. Okay. That's it? Okay. I need a motion to enter into post-executive session to discuss student discipline matter. John? Frank? All those in favor? Okay. All right, thank you very much. Thank you.